Old Hillside, it was a suggestion from a viewer. Here we go. Hey, it's Matt, Bourbon Benchers 2020. Today's review is going to be on Old Hillside. I'm knocking just only 4 out this time. I limited myself because I noticed once I get into the 5, 6, 7 range, the wheels start coming off. A viewer, let me look him up real quick. Dietrich's 5903 is his YouTube call sign or whatever, at whatever. He goes, hey dude, you ever tried Hillside? And I'm like, all right, so I'm gonna look it up because I've gotten some from Bradley Baker. He sent me a couple good suggestions, followed them, and they've turned out good. And you should have already seen them because I'm trying to, you know, I'm like third, fourth dimension here or a wall break here because I'm talking about something that I haven't really done yet or edited yet, but yet I'm talking about it on something that he recommended that I haven't edited yet. I've recorded it, but yet Bradley Baker sent me a couple suggestions and I've done one, I think one. And this one here is, like I said, I'm going to give him his kudos here because he led me down. It's either going to be Phil Dietrich 5903 or Phil Dietrich 5903. I'm going with the Dietrich because, you know, that can be a last name. So he goes, hey dude, you ever tried Hillside? No, I have not. He goes, it is Hillside. So I look it up and I type back and I go, hey dude, I can't find a Hillside, but I found an old Hillside. So he types me back, goes, yeah, I'm sorry, I left out the old. I'm like, well, it kind of helped me out a little bit if you kind of give me the full name of it. So I see it, Old Hillside. So I go, hey dude, I'll go look for it. He goes, they have it at Total Wine. All right, here we go. To the trip to the Total Wine to see what happens. So I cruise down to Total Wine. I want to pour a glass in the meantime, man, but this fucking cork is no fucking joke on this thing. And it's not just me now, it's always been like that. I'm gonna pour a fat one of this because, all right, I don't want to give it away yet. I go into Total Wine, and I did this with the Frank August single barrel. I saw the last one up there, I grabbed it and held it because there was other dudes walking up and down, wondering whatever, you know, just basically what I'm doing, what they're doing. I grabbed it and held on to it like a football, and I ended up buying it. And you guys already saw the review of the single barrel, and I got another one coming down the road because I bought it, haven't got it yet, but it's coming. Of the Frank August. This one here, he actually types me, he goes, hey dude, it's a caramel flavor bomb. I'm like, okay, no, I'm game, I'll play. I go down there, I see this thing all by itself. I grabbed it off the shelf, and then that's when you know, because I don't know, if you guys are the same way, you go down there, you make one quick swipe, see if something really stands out. And if something really stands out, you know, you should grab it because you don't want to go back and have some other dude grab it and you're like, you know, now you're got the guy in the headlock and you're beating the fucking shit out of him, and you know, it's a fight. So you just grab it and hold it. Because if you don't like, if you find something better because you did that second or third, fourth fine tune checking every single bottle that you didn't, you know, that one's better, you found something better than what you have in your hand, you put it back up and it's like, all right dude, it's yours now. But you grab, you know, so this thing's sitting there by itself, nothing else, one bottle. I grab it. I'm like, Phil told me to fucking get it because it's great. I'm like, I'm gonna play. It's a caramel flavor bomb. I just poured another fat glass. I'm gonna run down the spreadsheet on this. I obviously, as you can see, I had drank it. This is towards the end of December, so we always have Christmas Eve here. Told my buddy, taste it, and he goes, dude, it's fucking good. This is a fucking sleeper, so it's got a bitch and fucking story to it. I'm gonna run down the spreadsheet real quick, kind of doing my research on this thing. So this is obviously the last one on the shelf. I already told you that. Old Hillside Bourbon Whiskey. Distillation, they say it's Sparta, Kentucky. There's only one distillery out there, and that's Neely distillery. So all right, so me doing my research, I spent a couple hours doing it, trying to figure this shit out. Proof, this baby is, I'm going to tell you what's written on this saying: aged in a new charred oak barrel, non-chilled filter, and bottled. Okay, proof 117. So it's a little warm. Barrel name Total Wine 2. So Total Wine ended up grabbing a couple bottles, so a couple barrels. But this is probably the second one of whatever. Bottle number is 146, and the barrel age is 4.7 years. So it's young. It's young. All right, it's good. But you can make some good stuff in young stuff, and you can have some good tasting bourbon whiskey that is young. But it's just how it is. Sometimes God wants you to make good shit at 4 years, or he just wants to drag it out because you had a lot of sins and it's going to be 10 years. That's how it works. Mash bill, they don't tell you. So the story on this thing, this is the old Hillside. Hillside is a high school out in South Carolina. It's a mostly black high school. And two of the buddies actually went there, good friends, you do whatever. Some guys from other schools meet, whatever, parties, however. I guess one day that one of the guys from there, during the COVID time, I don't know if he lost his job or whatever went on, or he got paid out. Hey, you're laid off, but here's your, severance, whatever. You got a big chunk. He texts his buddy and goes, hey dude, I'm going to start a bourbon company. Or not a bourbon company, but I'm going to make some bourbon. And, he's like, okay, I'm with you. So the buddies get together, they bring in, two other buddies, I don't know how, because you look at the website, there's not a whole lot of information. I don't know if this is out of South Carolina. I'm assuming the company's out of South Carolina, but the bourbon comes out of Spartan, Kentucky. So when I'm figuring, they had Neely Company make this stuff, or Neely Company made it, they went out, tasted it, okay, I'll buy these barrels, and I'm going to put out a bottle. And they got rye, they got other stuff. They got a single barrel. They got a few other bottles. But this thing, I just got lucky, found the old Hillside, nothing else on the shelf. I'm going off of this. It's great that these guys, you got, one of the buddies is a marketing guy, one guy's a business guy, one, and the other two guys, they're trying to make something out of a shitty situation of COVID. They did. So now I'm going, okay, I wonder if anyone's done any reviews on this thing. It's just some black guy, looked like in his closet, did a review on this. I think this thing has gone under the radar with Phil Dietrich. He goes, dude, this thing is so good. And I'm sure he just stumbled across it. He's like, dude, I'm not leaving fucking Total Wine unless I fucking have a bottle in my hand. And he grabbed this thing. I don't know the specifics, but he recommended it to me. I think it's cool. They made a bad situation, from COVID into something that's pretty good. So hopefully, and I'm assuming this is not their mash bill. They're creating a mash bill, but it takes time. You distill it and put it in barrels and everything like that. It takes years. So COVID's what, 3 years? Almost 3 years old, and this is a 4.7. So they went in, they probably tasted some barrels, they liked it, blended, did whatever they did, put the thing out. Me personally, if you could do that and make some money, good for you, man. You're capitalizing on what you have in a bad situation, and I hope you carry this out, because I think this flavor profile is fucking good. I'm gonna, let me see, yeah. So I think that's it. And there's some vets in there, and I think it's great. I think, this situation, these guys got together, made it work, and hopefully, I'm hoping they're making some money off these bottles. And they end up scoring a deal with Bevmo and I think Total Wine, a contract. So that's why their alcohol change that you can get into. If you can get your hooks in there and be able to put your bottles out there, I think you did well. But, it's like Frank August. I keep going back to Frank August. Frank August does the same thing. They get these bottles. They don't really tell you where it's coming from, but it's from Kentucky. But these guys got, when they blend these things, taste them, they know what's good and what's, not. And they make it taste so good. Me personally, with Frank August, with the small batch, I didn't care much for the Frank August. The single barrel I loved. And I just bought, and hopefully be shortly down the road, the one with the Mitsunara Japanese oak. I'm hoping it's going to be a little bit different flavor that comes out of those things. It's coming. I I think it's going to be good. All oak has a little different flavors to it. I'm going to go to the nose. Mounds of oak vanilla, almost like cereal, but it's just so sweet. 117 proof, it's just so sweet. I'm going to the palate. I'm getting mounds of brown sugar, caramel on there, and this baby's coating. It's coated. These guys created something out of necessity and because they wanted to. Sometimes you got to get, you know, the necessity pushes you into what you want to do, creating a company. These guys got good taste right now. I think it's great taste. Great taste on it. I think this thing's won some awards as well, but I can't, it's such small print. It's one of those San Francisco competitions. It did quite well. So it's and a little leather and oak on there. I'm going again. Because this thing, like, you know, like Phil Dietrich said, he goes, dude, it's a fucking huge caramel bomb. I'm getting a lot of brown sugar and caramel on there. And if that's your jam, if you can find this old Hillside. Oh, and Hillside is the school they went to. And if you look in the background of that, it's the front of the school that they went to, the two guys. I don't know about the other two, you know, but they're the business guys. They know how to run stuff, you know. You feel that you don't really get the proof, but you know it's coating. It's coating, it's butterscotch caramel, and it's hanging. It's hanging. It's like you want to keep going back more and more. The big YouTubers that do reviews, I have yet to see them do it. Bourbon whiskeys, rye whiskeys, you know, straight whiskey. They just talk whiskeys. Me, I throw in the bullshit politics because the bullshit politics is a never-ending gift of fucking ragging on people. So I'm adding some more because I don't need the money. I'd rather tell you the truth. If it affects me, okay, YouTube loses their goddamn shit and fucking bans me. All right, fine. I'll be on Rumble. So if somehow I disappear, I'm on Rumble. The government's out to fuck you. I'm going to give you the finish on this. Told you this is a huge butterscotch caramel bomb on the front of the palate. It coats. It's coating like a champion. Brown sugar, leather, oak. This is actually good. 117 proof. Now I'm saying this thing's piping in, burning my pipes inside there, probably at 101. It's a medium finish. I'm going the last one here. Brown sugar, caramel, leather, and oak. And the finish is pretty much the same. It's medium, but it coats. So this thing's got some range. I think it's, this thing, I guarantee the majority of the people want the big names. Sometimes you gotta take a chance on this, on the not so big names. These buddies that created this thing or started this, you know, the old Hillside, you guys did a great job. And I hope you have created some barrels that are going to be just as good, if not better. But I know it takes time. It takes a little time to let them age. So let them age a little bit. And I think with age on this thing, if this thing is a 6-7 year, it'd be stupid great. Just a little thought of mine. Maybe it can help you out. Hopefully it's paying off. You guys are taking care of business and paying the bills. Hey, I'm Matt. If you like, subscribe, hit the bell. If you're a useful idiot, yeah, I'm not for you. Go watch someone else that needs the money. I don't need the money, so I can talk all the shit I want. So I'm Matt. I'll talk to you later.